2023 is the year of
quality. Like maybe you couldn't do 10 push-ups before you went to work today, but you did 8, you did 5, or you thought about it.
And we can weather every island if love is going where we go to heaven forever. Let's start our life together. Let's start our life together.
3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, yeah. Welcome to another Hadily video. Happy New Year! It's 2023.
Yes.
This year, to say our New Year's resolutions. If you guys have not made that yet, you still have time. Obviously, there's 11 months left, so definitely something that is to think about. And even if you did actually make your resolutions, I believe that this is a great way that we're going to talk about today to even fine-tune them more. The first step of establishing your goals for this year is to have a vision in mind. And I remember just reading somewhere that you can, if you think about your goals, your life as you on a boat, and the destination is this one place that you have the rudder, the direction that you're going, the vision that you're going, and that rudder is going to steer you towards the way that you're going to be at the very end of the day, right? I'm going to be the best runner in the whole world, right? And that's the direction you're going, but you need to be able to, of course, if you didn't have any paddles, you didn't have any goals, then you're not going to get to that destination. Even if you see it in your sights, if you don't have your goals in mind, it's not going to happen. Sometimes you see a whole ocean, and I guess not knowing what's on the other end, then you're just going to be paddling forever, making goals, making little strokes in a whole bunch of different directions. I'm going to be a good father. I'm going to be a good runner. I'm going to be a good, for me, myself, an editor, for her, being a nurse. And those little goals are important, but the first step is finding that destination.
And our second point is to be patient. A lot of times I think, society really just teaches us how to move fast. Like everything has to be fast. Like, when you're setting your goals, when you're getting towards your dreams, or when you're doing something, somehow society is really like, oh, you have to do it fast. Or like, our lives are so busy. Like living in New York City feels like that. Anyways, just everything is fast, but be patient when it comes to your dreams, right? You will get there. It just takes time, especially when you have big dreams, when you're trying to accomplish something, it takes time. Not everyone, I don't think anyone who's successful in this world, it didn't just happen like that. They took time. And if you look at their stories, like even if you read a lot of millionaire stories, like they didn't just start like a few days and then they became millionaires, right?
Going on to our third point, if you're going too fast, you don't see what God has planned for you. I'm using that boat, and then I'm not looking around and seeing that there's actually a huge, beautiful reef under me.
And maybe that reef is the key for you to open the door.
Maybe there's a little treasure chest down there.
Oh no.
And then that treasure chest that helps you buy a bigger boat. I don't know, like that's, right?
Yes.
But knowing that our third point being taking the opportunities that we have, that God has for you, and actually taking the opportunities. And sometimes it's a risk, sometimes you have to dive. I know we're taking this boat analogy quite far, but sometimes you have to dive and grab that treasure chest. Take the opportunity to actually start praying. God's gonna have those opportunities for you. And sometimes they're not in the way that we actually perceived in the first place, but those opportunities he's gonna have for you just to go grab that treasure chest and make yourself this bigger person and actually get to your goal quite that much faster, Yeah, and it's a lot of work, but sometimes we have to take the opportunities, take the risks, and know that you're gonna get there.
for example, us even starting this YouTube channel or starting like Hadily, like the business and stuff like that, you know, of course there are risks to it, but there's also a plus side of it, which, you know, once your business succeeds, then, you know, you can have all this financial stability. So we had to take the risk. We had to take the risk to have a YouTube channel. We didn't know how many people are gonna follow us.
Thank you.
Thank you for following us.
If you haven't subscribed now.
Subscribe. Fourth point is be specific. Your goals have to be specific and measurable. So, for example, for us was like 2020, you know, how, if your dreams were specific, is it measurable the next year? How much were you able to accomplish? So make sure that it's not just vague or like, oh yeah, this guy is healthy, but you know, like how are they improving? Maybe their blood pressure is lower. You know, so like, just make sure that you're specific about it.
Those action steps that you take can be very much micro steps. Don't think that your next step has to be huge. I'm gonna open a huge corporate office today.
Good luck.
That's that is specific. Good job, but being able to do micro steps works too. So if I want to be a good athlete, or at least I want to be like a New Year's resolution, right? This is exactly what people have every single time that they come, but then they get discouraged because their step was too big, right? And there was nothing specific about it, right? Oh, I want to be a fit person by the end of the year. I also understood about that specific goal is being able to research what it actually does take to become a better athlete. But so for example, if you wanted to do something very specific, would be a step that I wanted to take is that before I go to work, there's this 10-minute awesome workout that I listen to on YouTube, or not listen to, but watch on YouTube before I go to work. So that would be that action step. And yeah, being able to also, in those cases, research a little bit more. Your diet matters too, right?
Right.
Maybe the goal that we made earlier is that I want to be more connected to God. I'm not sure if I actually mentioned that, but if I haven't, I want to be more connected to God. So a step I do before I go to sleep is that I make sure that I pray for 3 minutes. I mean, God's with us all the time. We're only talking to him 3 minutes a day. It's like having a best friend and you're only talking to them 3 minutes a day. It doesn't sound right, but you know, at least making a small step in that direction, being able to have an action step like that before I go to sleep, before I feel drowsy, that will be a trigger for me to go pray for 3 minutes.
Medical field in general, even doctors do this. We actually call it SMART when it comes to, because we do have goals for patients, right? Every nurse has a goal for their patient, and we call it SMART. So the SMART, when you're accomplishing your goals, it stands for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and then I think it's timely or something like that. But anyways, the point is everything we mentioned right now is basically what, you know, it's basically called SMART. So you have to make sure also your goals are not just specific or measurable, but attainable.
And they're smart.
And they're smart. So like you were saying, like with the push-ups, like can you do 10 push-ups a day?
So for our last point, and it's very important, is that you have to be, first of all, understand that you're God's child, and that sometimes you feel like, don't be discouraged by where you are now, because the biggest thing is that you have to be able to claim your victories. You've done something. There is no way in any part of your life that you have not done something. It might have not been the same exact, like maybe you couldn't do 10 push-ups before you went to work today, but you did 8, you did 5, or you thought about it. But I mean, I'm joking, but like a good
You
time.
thought about it?
Hey, it's a victory. Because like if you thought about it, oh shoot, I forgot to do my 10 push-ups today, then at least you know you're gonna do it tomorrow. Don't let it discourage you from doing it tomorrow, right? So those victories, what have you done even last year, or what have you done this time? And don't think of those as discouragements. That is the biggest distraction I think we can do when we're on that boat, going back to the boat analogy, is that we can go ahead and turn that boat around and go back home. That's exactly what we can do, or just sit in that water and forget about our goals and starve to death.
Reminds me of a movie, Lost.
Or you have this magnificent island at the end of this boat, or but it's just way too far, so you go ahead and just go to an island and sit there for the rest of your life. You know, like you have to claim the distance that you already made to get to the place that you are now, even if that destination is quite still far. Since you left that pier, you can go ahead and see that you've made it. You can make it 60%, and next thing you know, literally you can be 40% away, you're just discouraged and go to a different island, and it's fine. Being distracted once in a while, I think I know we were saying that don't be distracted, but like, you know, maybe taking a break off the island, it's right there, just fine.
Yeah.
Finding something else to do in a hobby, maybe that's actually your destination, your opportunity, but being able to be a little bit distracted is fine, but claim the victories that you have and keep going, right?
Actually, claiming your victories also means that you're claiming God's victories. Because I was thinking about it's like, you know, with the water, you know, like as you're, I don't know what you say.
Or?
Yeah, I think. Anyways, as you're paddling, as you're going towards like, you know, crossing the ocean or whatever you're doing, the force is not just you. Even the water is kind of like, you know,
current,
the current, like you're it's not. Anyways, my point is that once we claim our victories, we're also basically thanking God. We're saying to God that thank you for being with me along this way. It's kind of like the water, like thank you water for like giving me this, you know, like strength to push myself so I can reach to the other side of this water and ocean or whatever. God, together we've made it this far, and you know, I want to continue to like be there. Like I want to continue to work together with you, God, so that we can accomplish this and go towards the end of my destination. And that honestly, it makes God happy when he hears that. Like when we claim our victories, even God is happy about it because he's been with us along the way. It makes you confident. When you claim your victories, you're like, yeah, I did that. Like you become like, it's like the water, right? Like if you think about how far you got, like how far you've made it, you know, maybe you're in the middle, like maybe 40% or 50%, and you think about it, you're like, yeah, let's go, you know, like it gives you the courage to like keep going so you can get to that.
Yeah, claiming victories is the only way to see our progress. Maybe you've gone so far that you haven't even seen your starting pier, but if you didn't look back and see that it disappeared, that you didn't actually recognize that it was so far. You've gone this far, so being able to claim that. And I think in society we have ways to tell how far we've gone, and it's so easy, but in life it's a little bit harder because we just don't realize it.
Yeah.
I mean, like YouTube video, you see how much is left in the video, so you might as well just end it. You see that destination right in front of your eyes. And in video games, you see progress bars, you know how far you've gone in the game, you know you're close to the final boss or whatever. And you see that progress, but in life it's so hard sometimes, and sometimes we're just like, this is too hard, I don't want to keep going, and you quit right there, and next thing you know, I've seen so many like Bible stuff about this, but like literally just around the corner, it's like you're done and you're actually at your destination.
I would say over the years we've definitely learned a lot about like goal settings. This is all thank you to God and our church for really teaching us that. There's so much to say. So if you guys like this, let us know. If you want to like a second video, maybe we can talk more about what we learned, and you know, we can add a few more things, but we got 5 for you today. Guys, we're at the end of the video, but let's recap what we just said because we said a lot of things. And yeah, but the first one was
2, have a vision.
Have a vision.
2.
The second one was be patient when it comes to reaching your goals.
And number 3 is taking the opportunities and being confident in yourself to take those opportunities.
Yes. And number 4, we talked about the specific, right? Being specific. And that's when we brought up the SMART thing in, you know, the healthcare field. SMART acronym.
And number 5
5
is to claim your victories.
Claim your victory. So hopefully you guys really learn from this, and we will hope that our experiences can really also help you reach, your goals. Give it a like,
We love those.
subscribe. 2023 is the year of
Quality.
2023 is the year of quality.
That's our title.
That's our title. Okay, thank you so much for watching.
So don't forget to
Have faith, create
love,
peace,
and joy.
and joy.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.